BeatFret podcast at BeatFret.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to this exclusive podcast brought to you by BeatFret. For those of you unaware who or what BeatFret is, well, BeatFret is the UK's first full subscription-based record label, a new music source launching from Bristol, UK. And what we do is simple. We sign exclusive records from amazing artists and release them via our platform at BeatFret.com. From there you can subscribe to become a member of BeatFret, and for the small price of just £2 a month, you will get all these brand new releases sent directly to your mailbox once a month. Not only that, but you will get exclusive podcasts, live sessions, exclusive interviews, plus many, many more stuff. Lots of stuff. And for all that, for just £2 a month. For your first month is a free, no obligation trial, so why not sign up today and give it a whirl. For now, we're in the launching phase, so go to BeatFret.com, whack your email address in, and we will keep you up to date with all the launch details, etc. We're all about giving you, the audience, exclusive content that you would not be able to get anywhere else in this entire world. We're looking to change the way the music operates, and it starts now. So sign up today. And this week on the podcast, we bring to you Ben Errington. Ben Errington from Kashiro, the heavy metal band from Bristol. Been doing it for 5 or 6 years now. Ben Errington's going to talk to us about how he keeps the creativity going, artwork, all these sorts of things that help you sort of understand more about what a band for such a long time has been doing to keep themselves motivated in this industry. So take a listen, BeatFret.com. Alright everyone, welcome to the BeatFret podcast. My name is Ryan Ireland. I'm here today with Ben Errington.
Hello.
Hello, Ben. How's it going, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
You alright? Did you go out last night?
I'm great. I didn't go out last night, no. I was in bed by at least 11 o'clock, which is good going,
That's
right?
pretty good, so that's bravery, that is.
What about you?
No, I went out.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I went to Bath, mate. I went for it. Got a bit bad. It got a bit bad.
You went to Bath?
Yeah.
Is it kicking in Bath?
No.
No, it's not.
It's pretty bad. So I'll say, I'm just going to do a few questions with you and stuff like that. Basically, just bring it down, see what's going on with you.
Cool.
Nothing that you can, I'll say, ask some questions back. It's just all loose, just do whatever you want sort of thing. There's no sort of biggie about it. It's not like a proper interview kind of thing going on here.
That's good.
So
no pressure.
Let's go through this from the start then. So I'll say you're in the band called Kashiro.
Yeah.
That's been going for about 6 or so years now, maybe, if my research is right.
Yeah, well, 6 years, almost 6 years. I think it'll be 6 years in like May.
Yeah, because you was around
Maybe.
sort of the same time that we started as well. But I was trying to do a little bit of research on it, but I couldn't quite remember.
Yeah. Well, it's 2010. I think like the guys have been going a little while before I joined up with them. By going, like they weren't recording or playing gigs or anything
Just
like
starting
that.
out sort of thing.
They were just starting out, and they'd had like a few singers sort of on the cards that didn't really work out. I think they'd been doing that for a few months, and then I came in around about May, I think it was.
So what's but obviously 6 years is a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So,
it's a long time, but I think it's a good amount of time.
Yeah, but then what's new? What's going to be happening? Is there like a new goal, a new place to go to?
I think for this year we're just going to try and play as many shows as possible, like tour as much as possible.
So outside of the
possibly.
city.
Yeah. Outside of Bristol, hopefully beyond, sort of even beyond the country if we can.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. Yeah, we've done that before. That's a good spot. You
We've never done that, see. So
well, we've done it before. And you start really appreciating the audiences a bit more, because they sort of, it depends on where you go, but a lot of places do favour it a lot better. You know, they treat you a bit better.
I think just for experiences as a band, obviously we've done the sort of tour in the UK bit. A little bit, but it would just be good to sort of broaden our horizons a little bit more and get out there. And
do you have like an end goal, like
the end game?
The end game.
What is the end game?
Do you have like
just a suicide pact? We've got a suicide pact, so eventually we're all just going to kill ourselves. Not really. That's terrible. Sorry. That's horrifying.
That's our podcast.
I don't know. I think we do this band like for ourselves, really. It's a bit selfish. We play the music that we kind of want to play.
Yeah.
If other people like it, that's great, and that's obviously been why we've been able to keep going, and we've still got like the passion for it.
Yeah.
But mainly we do it for ourselves. So the end goal is really just to achieve as much as we can. It's not like we've got to be here in 2 years. I mean, sometimes it is good to have like a goal or like a 3-year plan or a 5-year plan or something.
Target,
it's good to have that, but I think with something like music and something like the band that we're in, which is like, it's pretty passionate, it's kind of like seat of our pants kind of thing. We're constantly, trying to progress and sort of make
yourselves a bit better, basically.
Yeah, that's it. We're trying to we constantly try and better ourselves, like with the songs we're writing, with the shows we're playing and stuff. So
because you obviously haven't burnt yourselves out. I mean, a lot of bands do burn themselves out by doing like, we've got to get to this point by that point, and by that point they just burn themselves out.
People put too much pressure on themselves in bands. Some bands, obviously, not all. But put too much pressure on themselves and also expect a lot from it. And sometimes if you expect a lot and you don't really know much about the industry yourself, you set yourself up
because it is a rookie move. It is a rookie move to think like that, and we've all been through those ranks as well. I mean, like I used to think, oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to get to the top like next week, and it's a rookie move because you sort of realise immediately, actually, no, we're not. It's all got to be in baby steps and stuff like that, which I've always said about you guys. Is it kind of looks like you are doing that.
I think we take it fairly easy, and but I mean that's not to say we don't work hard, because we do work hard. We're constantly,
sure.
We're gigging all the time. We're releasing music so I'd say like semi-regularly. We're not overdoing it. Like we're not going like we've never released an album.
No, well, you know, many people do. Days,
not bands sort of our level, but we've released a few EPs. We released we've had a couple of years where we've just released singles. That might be what we do this year. I think we haven't fully decided yet, but it might be what we do. We might release say 2, maybe 3 singles this year, and kind of like and just concentrate on the live stuff.
Are you recording them like first and then say, oh, let's release that one first, or you just release and record?
Really early stages at the moment, so I don't know. So I don't know if we're gonna record and sort of release and then sort of gig. I think that'll probably come later in the year. I think the first half of this year we're definitely going to be concentrating on.
Some people don't they? Some people like record them all and then go, all right, let's release that one there, let's release that one there, and then some people take it as it comes.
Well, we released our last EP, Crown of Venom, last September. So
it's not long now.
So it's not been long.
No.
That was so we released that, and we've kind of done. We could probably still release like a couple of, I say singles, but put songs out there from the EP.
So let's go to that point, because obviously putting songs out there is a big thing that I always bring up to people. So where are you putting them? Like, is it going to iTunes? Is it going to Spotify? Have you got your own marketing plan in place? Do you have an idea?
We just try and put as many places as possible, because I think it's not necessarily that we want to make money off of these.
No, you want exposure.
We want exposure. We want people to be able to access the music wherever they want. So, like, it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify. We've got it on our own Bandcamp as well, where you can just like stream it. We tend to just we upload sort of like videos onto YouTube as well. So like of just a track, not necessarily a video, but sort of just like an animated sort of
like an audio.
Video. Yeah, we put that directly on Facebook as well. So there's plenty of places.
That's a good thing to do. I mean, a lot of people do that now, aren't they? It's like an audio kind of version. It's almost like a small music video. It's all animated.
Yeah. I mean, we've had like lyric videos as well, and we've had,
lyric videos.
We've had them, and we've had animated videos as well. But it's just I think it's just putting the songs in as many places as you can, because if you just like put them out, this is exclusively on iTunes and Spotify, like some people won't necessarily want to go and hunt it down, let alone pay for it. No. So it's good for people to just be able to access the music.
I think people have kind of gotten like almost sick of that. My album's on iTunes. Says everyone.
Hey, my album's on iTunes.
Get it now.
Have you seen it? I'm a real band.
Why have you not seen it yet? Get it now. And it just ends up being the same thing.
I know, but at the same time, it's good to have your music on there, because again, some fans of the music will strictly use iTunes or strictly use Spotify and want to purchase it in that way.
Fans of your genre anyway, they always go a bit further and beyond or whatever. They always sort of like buy merch and I mean,
you find that.
I have noticed it. They're more into the band. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of a specific genre, I suppose.
Yeah.
You do tend to get a better audience.
Yeah,
because they appreciate, even at the gigs, I've seen your gigs and stuff like that, the audience gets into it, which they don't necessarily do that in an indie show like they would if it's to an unknown band.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a difficult one to sort of pigeonhole, but some of the fans of us and bands of our level, and sort of a lot of fans of metal and metalcore do sort of are really passionate about the music, do sort of invest a lot in merchandise and sort of everything from that.
And there's because obviously the artwork, which brings me to my next thing about obviously you have Blinded by Faith, which is a design company that you run.
That's
obviously
right.
You incorporate that, because I've always felt with metal bands especially and stuff like that, the artwork is massively important.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's part of your image. So do you find it easy now to do both? Like, because you can create the Kashiro brand as well, because that's what you do.
Well, I don't really do much of the Kashiro artwork anymore. Like back in the early sort of years when we were starting out, I kind of did involve myself a little bit. Not massively. Like a lot of the main illustrations we've had for like EP releases and sort of single releases haven't been done by me. They've been done by somebody else, which I think is always quite good, because I think sometimes
it's good that you've got that sort of like ability to step away. Definitely.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't want to. I work with bands all the time doing artwork, and I don't know if I'd want to work with like my bandmates trying to go, hey guys, you like this? What do you think of this? And and them to go, nah, it's not right. or it's wonderful, you know.
But you take it quite well, though, don't you? I think, like, we've said to you a million times, like, that needs to be changed.
A million? That's over-exaggerating
there. A couple of times. Just a couple of times. But what is happening with Blinded by Faith at the moment? Is it still going strong?
Yeah, it's still going strong. It's something that I think I've always kind of wanted to maybe become my career. Yeah. It's always something I've kind of wanted to be a freelance designer, but I think over the years, I mean, Blinded by Faith has been going for about 4 years now. It's built up quite a good like clientele of sort of like local bands, local musicians, brand owners, and everything like that. So the clientele's built fairly. But I think it'd be a hell of a lot of work to be able to go freelance. Yeah. So at the moment, I'm keeping my 9 to 5 and kind of like fitting it in as well.
But it's still like a goal. Yeah, you've got to be smart about it because a lot of people don't do it. They just jump straight in.
It's something I enjoy though. Like, it's not something that feels too much like work.
No, that's what the main thing is though.
It is just finding time for it though.
Well, see, because obviously I've always respected the fact that you do so much. Like, Ben, can you be in this music video? Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it, whatever. Ben, can you draw that out? Yeah, do it. Fuck it, whatever. Like, obviously you're writing books, you're designing, you're playing music. Like, what are you enjoying the most at the moment, I think, is the question.
I enjoy everything because I think everything kind of like...
But if you had to choose, if you were like, had to choose one of them at the moment, where would you be?
I'll probably the music. So I think that's... The music is the thing I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it's the thing that kind of like... I feel the best when we're performing live and when we're sort of... when we're releasing music, and that, it's something I feel genuinely like quite proud of, and it's something that like I really do enjoy. So that's probably the number one thing. The other stuff is kind of like hobbies, but it takes its own form.
Because I didn't even know you were doing stuff like that. I was wondering, like, I seen that book come out. I was like, I didn't even know you did that sort of thing.
Yeah.
How did you think to yourself one day, do you know what, I'm just gonna?
Or
has it been a build up?
It's been a build up. Yeah. I mean, I've always kind of like written stuff. I've always been sort of writing stuff. For years, like since I was in school, sort of like writing stories and stuff. Like English was probably like the one subject that I really did enjoy.
Yeah. I didn't enjoy any of them.
Oh, you didn't enjoy any of them?
I didn't enjoy.
I loved RE. RE was. I loved that. Didn't you love that?
That was probably the worst thing ever in history.
RE was lovely. Enjoyed hearing about all that muck.
But your band obviously has been
all that fictional stuff. Sorry.
Your band's obviously been together for like a long time. 6 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, so you kept the backbone of the band as well, like you, Ben, and Craig or whatever. You've always been there.
Yeah.
Bass player drummers though.
Yeah.
Bass player drummers. Everyone has them.
Yeah, we've had a few bass players, but you know, it just didn't happen to fit. I mean, I think it's really difficult to find 5 people who get along and have got the same work ethic and are all invested in the music as much as possible. So we're really lucky that the 4 of us at least, the 4 main people in the band we haven't sort of exchanged the stuff. We're lucky that all 4 of us have sort of stuck together.
Do you still get on right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you have your moments when you're around people all the time. You just fall out occasionally, but not in like major ways. In ways that you like forget within like a couple of hours.
Yeah, but you're trying to create something, aren't you? It's always going to be like, I think that's a good idea. No, you're definitely wrong. This is a much better idea.
Yeah, we've definitely butted heads at times. I mean, I know writing the last EP, Crown of Venom, and that it was an EP that was very. It was very broad in terms of like the influences that we brought into it. So trying to get that down and keep everybody happy and have everybody playing what they wanted to be playing and everybody having their input into the songs. That was difficult, and it did take a long time because I think our writing process does take a long time.
But is the writing process a bit more natural now, though? Do you think?
I think it's just changed over the years because I mean, it used to be that we would literally just all stand in a room. And say, let's write a song. In practice.
Right.
So we'd say, right, let's write a song now. And you know, I think over the years we worked out that that's not the way we kind of do it.
It might work for some other people, it doesn't work for everyone.
So now I think what happens is one, maybe 2 of us will kind of start writing a song together and then kind of bring the other guys in and
work on it from there sort of thing. So there's no one person going, I want that, that's how the song should be.
No. I mean, there are some in the band who drive the writing process more than others, but I think that's just the way it needs to be.
Yeah. So someone has to be ignite it essentially. Don't they? Someone has to
and I quite like it that I'm not the one who has to sort of drive that process, which is quite nice. So sort of kind of sit back and allow some songs to come together before I necessarily have my input, because I think as a vocalist it is difficult sometimes to
I always struggle. I was very my way. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be my way because I'm the one who's going to be singing.
I mean, I'll always have my input into stuff. Say like I really like that. I don't like that so much, or try and direct the way a song is sort of being written in a little way, but not
split. I'll say I don't know how far you get into this sort of thing. Let's say if you do you register your songs with PRS and stuff like that? Do you do things like that?
No. Well, when we upload them sort of on, we use Reverb Nation for distribution.
Yeah.
So I think there's
you just
split
it like between you. No one goes, I wrote more of that song.
Oh no, definitely. They're always written by Koshiro. Music and lyrics by Koshiro. It's always the same.
Yeah,
we
never. It does happen. It is a common thing. People
especially in our last EP. A lot of the tracks have got quite electronic influences, and there's a lot of synths and piano and stuff. A lot of which was written by our drummer Craig. So like he put a lot into building those songs. Yeah.
He's normally not the drummer, is it?
He's really good with like piano. I mean, he can play guitar and he plays drums really well. And it just the way he sort of built these songs was great because we wrote an intro song called Green and Gold, which was a lot of sort of like synths. Sounds a bit 80s as well.
Yeah, you got to chuck a bit of that in there.
Yeah. It's a lot of synths, a lot of strings and stuff. That was all written by him. So really, he kind of like gave me this song and said, "Look, we've written this." And also the final song of the EP is a song called Catharsis, which isn't really like a metal song as such. It's kind of like a really big. You could kind of call it a ballad as such, but it's just like really like builds up, and there's so many layers of like piano and synth and strings and that. And Craig did everything.
Yeah.
So we pretty much had
that's pretty good,
the whole song. Yeah,
I can imagine. I see. It's hard to picture drummers doing that sort of thing. Like they can have that much criticism because our drummer in our old band, he was a bit like that. He could play a few things here and there, and it does help the songwriting process for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously guitarist Ben as well. Like he writes a lot of for Crown of Venom, he wrote a lot of the riffs. So and built a lot of songs.
And then you just chuck the words on top of it and give it a go.
Well, yeah, the lyrics kind of usually end up being the completely final edition. Like that wouldn't happen. So obviously. It's good that I got these guys in the band who can create such songs that like I really do like genuinely love, because I think if it wasn't like that and I had to just put lyrics on songs that weren't really my cup of tea, and that'd be difficult. But I think with Koshiro songs, there are songs that I would definitely listen to. Yeah, and I think that's what keeps the band going.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think if you're enjoying your own stuff. I mean, when I was in a band, like, we were never really always content with what we were putting out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It almost felt like you were trying to please an audience. You didn't really enjoy the stuff yourself.
I think that's like the worst. That's the worst thing possible.
Well, it broke us down. Do you know what I mean? That was it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's too much. Well, I suppose, obviously, if you've been going for 6 years and stuff like that, that's a long time as a band. And you would have started off like everyone else, started off playing a few gigs here and there and stuff like that. Have you had like a proper highlight yet where you've gone, that was the best thing we've ever done, like ever, hard to top it?
It's always gigs. I think it's always gigs that we play that kind of like are the best. We were lucky enough over the last couple of years to support some like really major bands in Bristol on like sold out shows and stuff, which has been great. Like we played with a American metal band called Bless the Fall, opened for them. We played with British sort of.
But why were they like highlights? Is it just because of their reputation, or is it because of the audience?
It was just the audience, you know. It's just a lot of the time. It's playing to like a whole room of people who have kind of like never seen you before. That's good. I mean, we played a sold out show.
That's always the best as well. If you can nail that, and you can turn a crowd in, and they're not familiar with you, and try and turn them into fans. Yeah. That's a win, which doesn't often happen as well. So that's a win.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we played with Feed the Rhino as well in Bristol, and that was sold out. So and everyone was there by the time we went on as well. So it's nice.
Is everyone buzzing like as well? Like
there's nothing like it. I don't think. I mean, it was nerve wracking, but you know, it was great. I mean, it's always gigs. I think the highlights for us are always gigs. Yeah. Which is like it doesn't always have to be to absolute loads of people as well. Sometimes you just get a real good vibe off the crowd.
Well, and you play right, you have like a really good sound and all that, and all these things play a factor, I think.
Yeah.
Doing stuff
We've
like
played
that.
a few of these gigs with a collective called Riff City as well over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Which is like a collective of different genres of Bristol bands.
Is that still going?
Yeah, it's still going. I don't think there's been an official Riff City event since like last year.
Yeah, because I've seen
last
June for
June
a while.
or something. But yeah, some of them have been really big. Like we played one at the Fleece, and it was it was sold out, and
it was quite hyped as well. I think
it was really hyped. I mean, that's the thing; it's free, and it's probably about 6.
I saw a lot of it going on,
Bristol
like
bands.
hashtagging well and stuff like that. And I did think they're promoting that show well.
And when we turned up, there was a queue around the corner, which is for essentially what is a local band night. Yeah. You know, that's great because you rarely do turn up to the Fleece and see a queue around the corner unless it's like a major act.
Well, yeah, or some bands got a hell of a lot of mates. Hell of a lot of mates.
Yep, that's not us.
No, we never had that. We never
That's
had
not
that. Well, because you said a second ago you get nervous and stuff like that. Do you actually get nervous before going on?
Yeah, I think so. I think if I'm completely stone cold sober, then I get incredibly nervous.
Yeah, used to,
I probably have a wee around about every 6 minutes in the last like 3 or 4 hours leading up to the gig. But again, it
that's
depends
what
what
I
kind of
used to
gig
do
it is.
though. I used to just not know what my body was doing. I was like, oh fucking hell, I need to smoke about 100 fags. They stopped me when I was in a band. Like,
it's puberty, Ryan.
Fucking know it. But they stopped me drinking at one point as well, because I think this was before like Sean's time, but they stopped me drinking at one point because I went on stage absolutely fucking smashed once.
Steaming.
And I was absolutely far, I couldn't play, and I didn't get a good reception from the audience, so I told them all to fuck off. And they started
That's
booing.
so punk rock, man.
They started booing, and then they called when we got into band practice in the morning. They were like, "You're never drinking again before a show." It was quite embarrassing, really.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it does
That's
happen.
quite
Though. It
embarrassing.
does happen. But
to be honest, I've only played a few, like really quite drunk. Only a few. And I think they've always been kind of alright. I think, like I'd say the same for my bandmates. There've definitely been a few I can remember where one or two of them were quite drunk.
I think you got it. I think nerves are good. To be honest, I think you shows you like.
Yeah, nerves are good because I think when people talk about nerves on stage, everyone says exactly the same thing. They say I'm really nervous leading up to it, but as soon as I step up,
boom, yeah. I just a second you get on there, I was like, this is gone now. I want
You
this.
kinda like
I
zone out a
never want to leave the stage after.
yeah, there have been times when I've had to like talk to an audience for like a decent amount of time, whether something's gone wrong on stage or we've just got a little bit of silence between songs, and you're talking to an audience. So sometimes if you're talking to an audience and it is a load of people you've never played to before,
you got to be what you got. I mean,
just talk a lot of shit.
The microphone talk is quite important, really. I never mastered it. I was pretty rubbish at it, but. You know, you've got people. You got to seem funny. You got to seem quite charismatic as well.
I don't know.
And I never had it. I was like, nah, let's play the next song. We used to rush for our sets because I was just fucking terrible at speaking to people.
I think we got to the point now, though. I think we played so many shows and for so many years that I think we do know what we're doing. So we know how to, we know what we're doing with a live show to make a live show interesting. I hope we do enough to make people want to see us again, want to check out our music.
I think it will, yeah, definitely.
Want to, do you know what I mean? Just or even talk about the gig afterwards and say like, well, fucking hell, they were good.
Yeah.
I think we've done enough now to get to that point, but I think it's been a long journey. I think that's why 6 years is a good amount of time.
It takes work. You can't just jump into it and expect to be the best band ever. I mean, it's taking work. Let's jump ship a little bit because I want to talk to you about like social media and how you're using it and stuff like that. Because I think people we've done a few of these podcasts now. People are umming and ahhing about it. They're like, oh, this works sometimes. It doesn't work like it used to. Or what are you finding is the best social media outlet for you? One.
What's the best one?
Which one's benefiting you most?
That's really difficult to say because I think each one has their benefits and a lot of them aren't good for certain things.
But if you were like you got an announcement and stuff like that, where's the first place you go?
Well, Facebook, I think, because Facebook is where everyone is. Is
it? It always comes down to that.
Even though it doesn't reach everybody with your band posts, I think if you're quite tactful about it, obviously sometimes you will have to invest money in it. Which, if you want to do that, great. If you don't, then that's just fine as well. Isn't it?
Well, that's what they do. Obviously, it's forced into you to try and make you boost your post and try and reach that audience that you can reach. Because this is what people were saying. They're like, oh, I've got to use Facebook, but I'm struggling to reach people now. I mean, people say like, we had someone from Drunken Werewolf in last week.
Oh, really?
And she was like, we got 7,000 Facebook fans or whatever, but our reach is only like 100 odd people when we post something. And you're like, well, that's because they want you to...
Some things, I've noticed, some things, like an actual status reaches more people and a photo reaches more people than, say, a link.
It's the organic feel. If it looks organic, then it gets a further reach. You know what I mean? Because it's not to try and push people into advertising and stuff like that all the time.
I think we use everything across the board though. Like I think we use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and stuff like that.
Are you putting money into Facebook posts?
Yeah.
But when do you do it?
Not loads, to be honest. Just like it's very occasional.
Well, because people overuse it, don't they? I mean, I know one band who just basically, if they put anything out there, it's like, post it, boost it. Do you know what I mean? They start putting loads of money into it. But
then sometimes if you think, hey, I really want people to see this, then yeah, you do want to boost it, but it's difficult because...
No, I mean, like I say, people do happen to if you've got a really big announcement, you've got a single coming out, I get the boosting, but you have to do it. Let's spread that word. Let's reach all your time.
I mean, it worked. It worked quite well last year. We played this show where we played at Fat Lip, the club night, and it was like a Reading festival, sort of like, you could call it like a Stars in Your Eyes type of thing, where bands performed as bands who were playing at Reading Festival. So we headlined the night, and we did a show as Bring Me the Horizon. We were obviously doing incredibly well.
What do you mean? So just break that down for me a second. So you're performing as them?
Well, we're performing their songs, not as them. Like, we're not trying to.
No. I was just trying to understand.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm gonna be, and then coming out.
Bring Me the Horizon. Well, so you just played their songs.
We played all their songs, yeah. And it was really good. It was like a packed night. We filmed the whole thing like a GoPro, and we put that was at the Lanes, yeah. And of course, not your songs, but everyone's singing the words with you, so like it's a pretty cool feeling.
Yes.
But we kind of filmed a few videos with our GoPro, and then posted them like on YouTube and Facebook and stuff. But then we boosted them a little bit on Facebook. Every time we posted one, we boosted it a little bit. But because they were being viewed so much and being shared as well, it was constantly coming up in people's timeline. So one thing, obviously someone said, can you stop sharing that video of you guys like at the Lanes? And I was like, well, no, we've only shared it once, but like it's obviously being reshared, or it keeps appearing in your timeline because people are A, commenting on it, B, liking it, because that's what happens. Obviously, it bleeds over into other.
What about new target audiences? So, can you bring in new audiences through this Facebook post and stuff like that?
You can, because that's the thing. What you can do is target friends of yours and friends of theirs. I think, if that makes sense.
Yeah, friends of friends. So it's friends on your page, and then
their friends. But then again, you can target as well to go for fans of certain bands.
But what about like out of country stuff? Do you?
We kind of, to be honest, stick to UK at the moment.
I think it should, because obviously sometimes it can get lost there, and it's like someone in America who's not going to potentially.
Well, yeah, it's cool sometimes, because we've had plenty of things where people have gone, I'm from here, I really like your music. Like we had some dude from Brazil once sort of comment, and we got chatting with him for a little while, saying he'd sort of discovered our music. That's cool. That's interesting. But I think when we boost stuff, we try and keep it UK related, mainly because we want, hopefully expand everything for when we're touring the UK, so we can.
Different question for you now, though. A bit of an awkward one. What is it's a hard one for people to answer. Like as soon as they get put on the spot, they're like, "Oh, I don't know." What is Kashiro's USP? Unique selling point.
Unique selling point. Well, it's really fucking good, mate. That's it. That's all it is. That's the only one you need. That's the only one you need. I don't know. Like we kind of like incorporated video games, sort of like.
Because I like that. The way like the logo looks like it's from a Game Boy.
We kind of did that with a lot of our visuals. Included it in a lot of our songs. We've kind of like it's kind of taken a bit of a back. It's on the back burner a little bit now. But look, for example, recent songs, we released a song called King of Snakes, which included some sort of like sound effects from Metal Gear Solid. Obviously, the main character being Snake.
Are people picking up on this as well?
A few people are, yeah. But then that's it. We're trying to keep it quite. It's not. We don't want to smash people in the face with it. Because I think we kind of had a song before which had a really big sort of at the end a sort of sound effect of game over.
Yeah.
And we still play that song live, so that's quite an important part of our set and that. But we used to kind of include a lot more things, either in bits between songs when we were playing live, or just like samples before songs.
Yeah.
So we're not doing it as much now, but I think maybe it should be something we want to include again, because it can be quite cool.
Yeah, as long as you don't overkill anything, I think it can be quite cool. As long as you don't overdo it.
Yeah. So it's a lot of like 8-bit, Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, like all sound effects or visuals that we kind of use throughout stuff. So it doesn't really. It kind of goes well with our sound. It's quite good, quite a nice little pairing actually. But
it's anything that's different, I think it's going to add up, isn't it? I mean, I want to bring into obviously. Are you using Sound? Do you use SoundCloud? Are you using it as a band?
No, not really. Not as a band. I think we've got a couple of tracks on there, but it's not really.
Because I noticed you weren't really like a lot of people are really heavy into it, and I noticed when I was doing my research, you guys weren't really that heavy into it. I thought, well, this is how to get on without it, sort of thing. But clearly you are.
Do you recommend it then? Do you think?
No, I mean, it's an awkward one because obviously there's a lot of hype at the moment with them accounting for a lot of losses. A lot of money's going.
Yeah.
They're not making a lot of money, and there's serious amounts of debt. I can't remember what the figure was. But obviously some bands completely rely on it, some artists completely rely on it, some PR people completely rely on it. But when I was doing my research for you guys, it looked like you really weren't relying on it.
I think maybe because I think we put a couple of tracks up on there a couple of years ago, and I think because I think just good because I didn't see it get many listens. We kind of just didn't.
Well, that's what I wanted to bring up because it's impressive. Because, like I said, it is normally like a big thing to some people, and you clearly haven't gone down that road with it. And I was a bit confused as to how you. Because if you've had PR campaigns and stuff like that, and you've worked with PR companies. What do they promote? Like what links and YouTube, I assume, and things like that. Yeah,
we just had a lot on YouTube. I think when we did the PR campaign for our latest EP, it kind of nothing was really released, so everything that was going out was kind of like just in secret, like Bandcamp links and stuff. But I think Bandcamp's pretty good as well. I mean, Bandcamp kind of does something similar to what SoundCloud does.
It's a bit more DIY as well. It's a bit more independent.
And you can have like your own page that it kind of looks like your website as such.
Is there any? Because obviously you're predominantly metal orientated.
Yeah.
What about today's music? Are you into any of that? Do you like any of it?
Today,
like the general pop world.
I don't really follow pop too much, but I mean, I listen to new music like every week, so it's not like I'm just.
So you're still going out and getting it as well, sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm still like buying stuff. I'm still going to gigs and seeing like new bands and that. Like in terms of like by pop, do you mean like charts and stuff?
Yeah, like what?
I don't really follow it, and it don't really do much for me because I think there's so much more you can find out there.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I've made like probably 2 discoveries of bands in the last couple of weeks that have like changed my life.
This is it.
And I do that, and it happens like every couple of weeks. And that's what I love about it.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because I'm so into it. Like I showed Sean the other day a website called Hype Machine. I showed him the other day, and you get lost in it. You're like, look at all these new bands and stuff that I hadn't heard before and things like that. And I think when you talk to people about like, unless they're like listening to Taylor Swift, like Ed Sheeran and stuff like that, they don't really understand there's like a whole world of like loads of new music.
That's it. But I think it's unfortunate. But I think it's just sometimes people are. It's not. I don't want to say too lazy, but unless it's right there in front of them. Hey, look, this is on TV. Hey, this is on the radio. Look at this on the internet. Unless it's right there in front of them, it's kind of like, what other music is there?
Well, its own background. I mean, I've often said that people, if you put a song on the radio enough times a day, anyone will start liking it or start singing along to it.
That's probably true. That's probably true. I don't like it when you say to someone, what do you like about that song? And they go, oh, it's just catchy.
Yeah, it's just good, isn't it?
And you go... Yeah, but
you get a lot of
what does catchy mean?
You get a lot of like, oh yeah, but she's fit, isn't she? yeah. You can't just see her on the radio, so why do you like the song? But I don't know.
Yeah, when people say like it's catchy, you go, well, like a fucking advert on TV is catchy, but you're not gonna have that played at your wedding or something. Or you're gonna Sill It Bang or whatever.
See Our Windows.
See Our Windows.
That's a hell of a catchy.
And it's the first dance, and it's us See Our Windows getting played. First dance. Gardner Haskins. That's for the dance with her dad.
That's it. That's the walking in music. Superstore. Well, are you using Spotify and things like that? Are you streaming? Getting your music out there?
Our stuff's on Spotify. Yeah.
How's it going on now?
Yeah, I think it's alright. I don't really like look at the stats or anything, to be honest.
50-50 debate, this one. As always is, because some people really believe in it. Depends how far you take the conversation, really. But some people really believe in it. They're like, oh my god, I'm really making no money out of this, but we're getting loads of plays, blah blah blah. And some people are like, well, we're broke because of it, because now everyone's streaming our music. I suppose in your sort of our conversation we've just had, you don't really take it too seriously.
Well, the thing is, like, I think we're at the point at the moment where we don't rely too much on making money from putting our music out there. Like, we even put, before the last EP we did, a lot of the releases we put out there were free. So we didn't put them on Spotify, didn't put them on iTunes, just made them like a free download on Bandcamp. Eventually we put them on iTunes and Spotify, but I think all we worry about is having our music in as many different places for people to listen to. Yeah. So if someone's just going, I've got a few minutes, I'm going to look on Spotify, Kashiro album, I might listen to that. As long as it's there, that's all we want, really. It's not like we want thousands of plays on it or we want money from it. As long as people who want to listen to our music can find it as many different places as they can, personally what I find to be.
It's all different. Some people completely boycott the idea. Some people are very for it, and some people just think, well, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And that's like, you clearly are.
I think it's whatever. So. I think you can't worry about it too much. I think you just need to. I think the key is just keep releasing music as often as you can. Obviously, not like every day. Nah. Keep releasing, keep that going. Keep playing shows regularly. Keep being current, so that people know who you are still, and keep getting your message out there as regularly as possible.
I mean, what about like, obviously, because it's maybe not as important to you. Let's use a different scenario. It may not be as important to you because obviously you guys are working and you're bringing in money elsewhere and you've got your own things going on. You make a little bit of money on the side. But let's say for the full-time kind of musician who depends on getting their money out there, what would be a ideal scenario for them to start making money out of it, I suppose? Because you're not going to.
It's hard, isn't it? I think you should only really be a full-time band if you've got guarantees that you're going to be making money from it. Because I mean, as well as it's respectful for a band to go, right, we're going to do this full-time. I think it's difficult because I don't think you can assume that you're going to be able to make money from it.
No.
I think that's quite.
I think what
naive.
People do, no, it is. It's a rookie move, like we discussed earlier. It's very rookie-ish. You know what I mean? It's like you could essentially give everything up, be completely broken, and still think that you're going to make this thing. People use that term, "Oh, we're going to make it." Like, but what is making it? That's what I said the other day.
I've definitely had this discussion with people in the past. When you talk about making it as a band or doing whatever, but it depends what you constitute as making it. Because for me, doing things like being able to release like my own band's music, getting it out there, playing gigs where people shout your lyrics back to you and talk to you after the gig and buy a t-shirt and say like, look, I really love this song, I've listened to it loads, or this song's really important to me. To me, that's making it.
Yeah,
that feels like I made it.
You're right, 100% right.
like obviously not. That probably might sound ridiculous to some people.
No, I think it's 100% right in what you say, because it's kind of like you have to take the baby steps, 100%, and I think you have to acknowledge everything and build up, because it's not a case of making it doesn't mean you're getting on radio and one and you're doing all these things now. I don't think that's it. I think like if you can create a solid fan base and work with that fan base for the rest of the band's career, that is essentially making it. Do you know what I mean? I mean,
I think if Koshiro ended tomorrow, I'd still feel proud of what we've achieved so far and feel happy with it. Like I wouldn't look back on it and go, oh God, I wish we did this and wish we did that, because that's easy to it's easy to be like that. But I'd still feel proud of what we did achieve, because I think we're always quite.
What about like obviously help with the band? Like you've used PR companies before.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of companies out there who say that they can help a band, managers, labels, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some bands are like, oh my God, someone's interested in us and they'll sign anything. What are you guys kind of like with it? Because you've always been a bit to yourselves, haven't you?
Yeah, we've worked with people like in the past. We've worked with at the moment we've got like a booking agent, and obviously we did the PR thing and that. But it's all quite DIY with us, and I think that's the way. If someone wanted to work with us and we really thought we would be good for the band, then I'm sure we would go down that route and do it. But
do you chase though? Do you send out emails to these sort of people?
Not really, because I think it's difficult, because there's always that thing where people say, look, if people want to represent you, if people want to work with you, they'll find you. A lot of people say that, but that's fair enough. But then, how much. As a band, I'm not necessarily sure that it's not like we're hanging on for it. It's not like we're thinking, oh God, I can't wait for someone to finally approach us and sign us. I think just anything we kind of get is pretty cool, Like obviously with the last music video we did for a song called Creation Theory that ended up on Scuzz, which was nice, that was cool. But it wasn't something we really sort of chased. It kind of just happened naturally.
Well, and that's the way it should be. I mean, like, you wouldn't believe some of the stuff that we get through demo-wise, and we sort of come to the thing now saying, alright, we're going to stop email submissions to an extent because we want to find the people we want to work with rather than hoping, because you get floods of emails like of demos, and I've never had anything like it. Like, listen to me, we're the best band ever. You listen to it, you're like, you're fucking not, you're definitely not. And some bands that rely on sending out emails and stuff, I think was what I'm trying to say, like they rely on it and they're like sending out maybe 100 emails a day to labels and stuff like that. But then there's some bands like yourself who don't do that and seem to be getting on quite fine with it.
But again, that's another thing. It's like, what do we want to achieve as a band, and what do we enjoy doing? But again, I think it's another thing. It is different in the metal genre and the metal scene. Is that we do rely a lot on playing shows to reach people. That's your essential targets is just play more. Yeah, I think that's it. I think play more, tour as much as we can this year, as I said, and then see where it goes.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing you can do, really.
It's not going to be, I mean, I don't know. If we heard about a label, or we heard about, someone that could possibly help us out, then we might contact them directly.
Because I'm not really into the metal, as I've obviously told you before. So I don't know too much about the game. I don't know too much about it. So is there like a real good metal label that you think I would love to be on that label?
Oh yeah, there's loads of like really good metal labels, but that's the thing. Like, how do you reach them? But Roadrunner, obviously American label, they've signed some really good UK bands, and they've obviously got a UK arm that they kind of got. There's a band called Marmozets on there, and Creeper, like Southampton.
But do you think to yourself, well, we need to try and process or try and get them down to a show or something like that?
No. I think when you keep them on the radar, because like a massive label like Roadrunner, that's something that you could. That's kind of like, that would be cool to sort of work with them in some capacity. But there are other labels as well, smaller labels and stuff. If they want to work with us and they feel like we could mutually help each other out. That sounded sexual. I didn't mean that. But
how do? But what I think my point is how do you? If it's cool to work with them and stuff like that, how do you get to them? That's the thing.
I think we're at the point at the moment where we like something like that. It's at the top of. It's after a lot of hard work. Maybe eventually you'd get there, but I think we just have to carry on doing what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a case of we've got to craft a really good email, because they're waiting for that good email to come forward. Who can craft a good email?
Because they've never seen one before. Definitely not.
No, that's it. I think you need to make a name for yourself, and then you're noticed. But that name comes from releasing good music, playing good shows, and I think you do have to be. You do have to be vocal on social media as well. That's just the way it is.
No, it's obviously not a bad thing.
People say a lot of shit like, oh God, or they're always on Facebook or whatever. Like we try and post something on social media most days, just to keep there. And when people like those posts, or when people comment on those posts, they continue to be. You're more likely to reach them again because they've commented on it. It'll be in our timeline again. So we just try and keep it going as much as possible. Get as many people involved.
Well, they are good channels, to be fair. They're not it's not a bad thing socially. It's good to reach more audiences and people can see what you're doing and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people don't utilise it at all, and they probably should. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some bands you try and find them on social media and
there's
nowhere,
nothing there,
or don't say anything. Like you see, oh God, that band.
But the thing is, when you don't say anything as well, it makes it harder to reach your audience. Because they start you off on you've reched 10 people again.
But it's good to have. It's good also on Facebook because you've got you can open a channel of communication immediately because people just message us directly, chatting about stuff. And we're always responsive all the time. That's good for people to be able to reach you.
We've worked with people in the past who are we're an artist, we should not be using social media. Don't know you fucking should be. That's for sure.
Stuck in the past though, because even artists even artists who've been famous for decades still use social media. It might not always be them, but
What about quickly, because obviously we talk to a lot of people and stuff like that, and some people give us their past experiences and stuff like that. Have you ever worked with a bad company that's really kind of not done you justice at all?
No, not really, because we haven't really worked with many people. We've only had one PR campaign, and no, there were probably promoters in the past
we've all had that. We've all had the odd promoter issue and stuff like that. But you'd be surprised. Some of the stories we were at a meeting the other day, and the girl said. She almost signed a deal where they were going to say all of her publishing and all that stuff like that. And it does happen.
No, we've not. But I've spoken to band. We spoke to a band who were about our level recently, actually, and they kind of signed a deal to make an album. And I think they'd lost out on a lot of money because of one reason or another. I don't know the details, but we've not put ourselves in that position really, because as I said, it is quite DIY. When we record our stuff, we kind of work. We've worked so far with the same producer for the last few years. Which we're happy with, and then distributing it pretty much ourselves. And then, as I said, with the PR campaign we worked with was semi-successful. The last PR campaign we had, but it was kind of it was kind of like a test. It was we've never done it before. We don't feel like we've got anything to lose. Invest some money in it, see what we get from it. Obviously, we've got some good things out of it. Maybe perhaps not as much as maybe we did want, but now we know. Now we've learned something for next time.
Well, yeah, exactly.
When we start another PR campaign, we know
they never will. You'll never, when you start out as well, get to the full 100% of what they were supposed to do anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's good because if we just released it and we didn't have a PR campaign, we probably got I don't know, 30, 40 reviews of the EP.
Yeah.
Which is good because at least people.
That is very good. To be fair, that's very good. But you'd be surprised how many people spend so much money on recording and then they just chuck it straight out there and go, here it is. That should do. Like, you've not put any thought process into this. Like, how are you going to get that record out there?
Yeah, I think with some bands it is difficult because some people don't know how to package themselves to present.
But do you put a plan in place?
Do
you, like, when you got a new record, do you put like a plan in place and say, this is how we want to get this one out there?
Yeah, I guess we do.
Yeah,
I guess we do. It's not, as I said, we don't put like absolute loads of pressure on it, but we'll all discuss it. We'll all have our input, and we'll all work out exactly when to release stuff. I think we've learnt enough in the years we've been going to be able to do that now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think if you're going to record it, you're going to spend money on it, because I assume the recording, I've been a while since I've done it, but I assume it's still pretty expensive.
Yeah, well, kind of expensive, but I guess you pay for what you get.
Well, if you're going to do
it... We've recorded with someone for next to nothing before, and it's not been so good, so when you pay a little bit extra.
I think, like, if you're going to pay for it and stuff like that, you're paying for this recording, the least thing you want to do is make something good out of it, put a good campaign behind it, do you know what I mean? Whereas, like I said to you a minute ago, people do spend this money on recording and just chuck it on Facebook and go, there it is.
There it is.
There it
Have a
goes.
little listen. But again, but each individual band, it depends what they want to get out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It depends. However much you invest is what you get. Is kind of what you're going to get out of it. So,
what about money-wise? Do you put aside money for the band, or is it just...
We kind of just pay for stuff as and when, really.
So like a recording session.
Yeah, we pay for stuff as and when, split it evenly. Like if we've made some money from merch, we kind of just keep it aside and then put it in towards whatever the next thing we need to pay for is, whether it's music video or recording or stage banners or CD manufacturing.
Even with things like practice and stuff like that, I suppose.
With practice, we kind of just pay our way with that.
Well, I'm going to finish up with a couple of little questions. Questions. Who is your greatest artist of all time?
My greatest artist of all time? Well, probably Deftones, I'd say, band-wise. Just because they were kind of like the band who first got me into heavy music. They were like the first metal band as such that I heard, and I was just like, whoa, this is new.
You told me before that you weren't always into... Like, you're like into the Smiths and stuff like that as well, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm still into the Smiths. Yeah, but I think...
I didn't know. I was like, really?
I'm into loads of different stuff then, that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of times when you're in a metal band, people kind of do assume that that's kind of all you're about, and that's all you listen to.
That's what I did, I'll be honest with you, that's what I did assume. I was
sometimes people go, oh, listen to this. Oh, you won't like this because you like all that
that's what
screaming and shouting stuff, and you go, yeah, that's
what I did. And my phone's...
Oh.
There we go, we lost it. That's what I kind of thought, to be honest, mate.
Some of my favourite bands, like a few of my favourite bands, Deftones are number one because they got me into heavy music and they kind of influenced me so much that it kind of like it probably sounds ridiculous, but it took me away from what I thought music was. It was like before that I was all about, oh yeah, I love these lyrics. Oh, that's a really nice chorus. That's what I was about with music. But when I listened to Deftones, I was like, my God, what is going on there? Because obviously they're really like down-tuned seven string guitars, scream vocals, really like mysterious like sung vocals and stuff. So the album I heard first was White Pony.
Were you like, as soon as you heard it, you were like, oh, I love this. I
don't know. I think I was confused to start with. First of all, I was like, what the hell is this?
Were you buzzing though? Were you like, I've got to do this now. I've got to get on this?
Because I was quite young. It wasn't like...
How old were you?
Whenever White Pony came out, which I think was maybe 2000. Was it 2000?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Maybe 2000.
So it's like 16 years ago.
Yeah. So I was like 13 or something. And the reason I find it is because it was on a compilation CD that I borrowed from somebody that they'd made. And I remember asking them, I remember going like, what's this? What's this song? And it was a song called Digital Bath by White Pony. And they were like, oh yeah, my brother introduced me to that song. I always thought it was quite weird. And I was like, yeah, it is weird. And then I hunted it down, got White Pony, listened to it from then, and that was kind of like where the metal thing sort of started. But there were a few bands I was into like around that time, so like Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park.
We were all into that.
Everyone was into that, and that, obviously guitars, yeah.
Because they came out like a hip hop kind of time as well, and Linkin Park came out when I was in school.
It's the new metal sort of scene
and I was
of
like,
the early 2000s.
Just what the fuck was that? Like, it was amazing. Do you know what I mean? And like,
it was yeah.
I listened to Linkin Park and thought, I just want to be in a band now. And they can't do that to you.
That's
you know
it.
They can't do that.
But then there were a few different phases. I think the initial phase was was Deftones, and then I was really into Muse as well, on the song "Plug-in Baby." I think that was the first. That was the first guitar riff. Where I was just like, I was just like, that is insane. And I think from that, I kind of got into some more sort of like classic bands that I kind of grew up listening to, that my dad had albums of, like Meatloaf and Queen. And sort of like the Police and stuff. Bands that I'd kind of been into, but they really started taking so from like 13 to 16 was probably the time I really crafted my music taste.
Do you think it's like important to have different influences like that, then, sort of basically, so you're not just stuck on one genre, so you can bring in influences?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I think you just learn. I think as like a songwriter as well, or a vocalist, you learn so much about songwriting from all these different genres you like. Because I think, as I said, Deftones, but one of my favourite bands ever is Radiohead as well. Yeah, and I can see you being a Radiohead fan. I can see you being. But obviously, that's not metal at all. That's so far removed from metal. The sort of, that's the thing. Like I still love them now.
What about the boys? Are they into the sort of? They're
into lots of different things. Like Ben's kind of, he was like a punk kid growing up, and he's into like Rancid, and all the band are into Avenged Sevenfold as well, so sort of quite a classic metal sounding band. Craig's into like quite sort of progressive music, but he likes a lot of different stuff, and then Tom's into a lot of sort of really heavy sort of modern metal as well. So there's a lot of influences that come in from a lot of different places, and but I think it's good, because
I think it's definitely good. I mean, like I said to you, when you told me, I think we were at the Fleece. I think it was like pretty fucked up. And then you went,
it's fucked up.
Smiths came on. You were like, I love the Smiths. I was like, hey,
you can't love the Smiths,
You're
mate.
definitely lying to me. That's not.
I love Morrissey, and so many people hate Morrissey, but I love Morrissey.
I think he's fucking brilliant. I mean, I love the idea that he's just always been his own guy. Do you know what I mean? I won't go to the Brit Awards, and he's so popular though. For like someone who doesn't really participate.
I think that's the thing. I think the Smiths are a kind of band which they're so like, they're odd, and they're so like over the top. When you think about it, over the top in terms of like the emotion they put into some of their songs. It's like, it is over the top, and it's so like, I think if a band came out and releasing that kind of music now, I don't know if it would do as well.
No, I generally don't think that anything like from that previous eras and stuff like that. Like, I don't think we'll ever see like another Bowie and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And, like, no one was going to come in.
It still don't feel real, does it, David Bowie?
It's like, almost like you feel like he was going to be immortal. You know what I mean? Like, he was going to outlive all of us. It's the same with all of them. Like, when Wogan died the other day, I was like,
oh yeah, he did.
I was like, you just feel like these people are going to last forever, and then they just kind of like shoot off, and you're like, well, that's fucked up.
Yeah. I've always loved Bowie as well. That's another artist I've always loved. I think my favourite album is Rise and Fall with Ziggy Stardust, but a few songs on that album which are amazing. Like 5 Years is probably my favourite song of his, just because of like lyrical content, even though it was on an album which is so like all the Ziggy Stardust and the space age stuff. I
always said that I liked his music. I had a few records and stuff like that, but I was never a huge fan of his music, but I was more of a fan of his artistic value. Because he brought so much into the table. You know, like,
the first thing I ever saw David Bowie was Labyrinth when I was a kid. And I was a bit like, this guy's odd. This guy's weird. And it was only like as I got a bit older that I started listening to his music and that.
It's like, I was like, so when you go back to, I was shocked when you said about it. But who has been the biggest influence though, from an artist's point of view, as you perform music now, how you play, how you sing, stuff like that? Whose influence is the biggest?
I don't know. I don't want to say Deftones again, but there's a lot from Chino, head frontman of Deftones, that I kind of take on board. Not just, I mean, just him as a person as well as an artist, because they're a band that have been around for so many years, and their sound hasn't changed that much. They release like these albums which are like amazing, and like critically they get like all the plaudits and everything, but it's sort of like that transition that Chino has of really harsh sort of like scream vocals and really nice mellow sort of cleans that kind of like soar over the music a little bit. It's that sort of combination of things that I like to include, but I really like storytelling and sort of theatrical elements of music as well. And one guy who's really sort of affected me sort of over the years is the My Chemical Romance singer Gerard Way.
Because he's now because I saw that you shared us the film that he's about to be in. What's the film he's about to be in?
Who's this?
The My Chemical Romance singer.
Is he in a film?
I thought he was in a film.
What? Who's this?
Phil? I thought he was. Have I got internet in it?
Have I got internet?
Have I got internet in
Get me
it?
the internet.
I need to know this. This is ridiculous.
I don't know. I don't think so. He released an album which was like a bit of a Britpop sound recently, and he does like comics and
that brings me on to another bit actually. Whilst I've still got you here.
Yeah.
Like, let's say Kashira ended tomorrow.
I've said that once already. Don't make it happen.
Let's see if we can jinx this again. Let's say it does, right?
Yeah.
Would you ever consider different band, different genre?
Yeah, probably.
What
Why
do you
not?
think? What do you think? Oh, yeah. what do you think you'd get into now?
I quite like sort of. I like so many different things. Like the band I'm listening to at the moment called The Deer Hunter, who are really good. They're kind of like, they bring a lot of theatrical sort of elements into it, sort of like acoustic, folk rock. It's a really sort of strange thing to put in. They've got a lot of sort of like strings and sort of like orchestra sounds and horns and stuff, and it's really, really, really well written songs. Something like that might be quite cool.
I think so. I mean, like, I think it's good that you would even consider something like that, because like, some people are so particular. Like, no.
Yeah. But I mean, I quite like singer-songwriter stuff as well. Like, I've always written songs kind of on the side, like with other musicians and that. Like, never with the intention of starting a new band, or never with the intention of making it like a full-time thing. But I've always kind of like written songs, and they've always been sort of straying into the singer-songwriter sort of path. Stuff like Damien Rice.
Oh, really?
I really like Damien Rice. Like, I always liked him.
I think so. Yeah, he's fucking amazing. I just so surprised. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not something you'd hear from.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess you'd be surprised. But I do listen to loads of different things. But that's just the way it's always been, really.
Yeah,
so I've never really sort of stuck to anything. I feel I'm always quite fascinated by different stuff. It's always something that I think's quite. Oh, that's a bit strange, or that's a little bit out there, or that's brave, or that's brutal. You know what I mean? It's all stuff that create that if they arouse certain if they arouse like certain extreme emotions in me, then I find it like if they arouse, you know, like sadness, happiness, anger, the things that arouse these emotions are the stuff that I really like. I'm drawn to, or as I said, like weird stuff as well. Like I quite like listening to.
Well, so just quickly then, as the last little bit, who are you into at the moment? Tell us who they are.
As I said before, The Deer Hunter, and they're playing in Bristol. I think it's like March the 11th, at Colston Hall or something. But they're amazing. There's this album called Act 4, which is like, I've not stopped listening to it at all. It is just
keep going over and over again.
It's just amazing. It's got so many. It sounds like nothing I've heard before, but also everything I've heard before. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
Oh no, it does. Yeah, it's like you've got the same genre going on, but
it's just so
like an element to it.
Yeah. I mean, they're really, really great songs. The frontman of that band, I do forget his name because I've only been listening to him for about 2 weeks. The frontman of that band is like his voice is amazing. They've got a song on the album as well that sounds exactly like Prince. which is proper out there because none of the other songs do. No, they're kind of like. They've been compared a lot to Coheed and Cambria.
Are they popular? I mean, the popularity of them. Has it got?
As I said, I've only been listening for a few weeks, but they've got a UK tour and they're American, so
they're doing their thing now.
They're doing quite well. Like their videos and stuff on YouTube have got plenty of views. Them also listened to a band from Southampton called Creeper. They're like they've been called like goth punks and that, but they remind me a lot of Alkaline Trio, AFI. And just again that theatrical element which I said I liked with My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, sure.
That they bring into their lyrics, into sort of everything. Everything's like a bit dark and bleak and horrible, but some of their choruses are just so uplifting and amazing, and it's kind of like it's really sort of it really is quite great.
No, I think people should check it out then. Ben Errington.
Yes,
we're done.
We're done.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
It's been lovely.
It has. I've really enjoyed it.
I've really enjoyed it. It's been fantastic. I hope I've made you feel better, even though you're a bit hungry.
Oh no, I'm still hanging, mate. I'm still done.
Oh no.
Sign off.